It's easy to see how free speech is gradually being eroded online. More and more countries are actively blocking and filtering the websites you can see. Countries like Turkey are actively blocking thousands of websites, and the list grows every day. They even block VPN providers and encrypted email systems like ProtonMail, used to hide from their surveillance. Lots of countries either block or, worse, monitor access to social media sites. It's often very risky to speak openly on these platforms. Remember, it's not just the countries with wannabe dictators or oppressive regimes who filter the internet. Democratic countries also control what you can do online too. If you try and visit the popular torrent site, the Pirate Bay org from the UK, you get redirected to this page. You may be surprised about the countries which promote free speech that actually have huge lists of blocked or restricted sites. They can still be accessed, of course. Just fire up a VPN like Identity Cloaker and you can bypass any of these restrictions. However, many countries don't just passively block the content that their own citizens can view. Some are much more aggressive than that. Take, for example, the website tomar.net, a hugely popular Arabic forum set up by a few Saudi Arabians to discuss subjects like philosophy, politics, economics and current affairs. The site ended up being incredibly popular, not just with Saudis but other Arabic speakers from across the world. The Saudi government, however, took their usual stance on anything that has the potential to conflict with their rule or strict religious beliefs, and blocked it from all ISPs in Saudi Arabia. Still, it thrived, primarily because many Tomar users were fairly sophisticated and were able to bypass the blocks with proxies and VPN programs. But also because many users were in different countries and not subject to the Saudi medieval-style internet filtering. However, next, the guys who set up and ran the forum received a letter from their hosting providers terminating their contract. They moved the site to different hosts, but it kept falling over and being unavailable. Shortly after Saudi Arabia instigated their internet blockade on the site, Tomar was the subject of huge DDoS attacks. DDoS stands for Distributed Denial of Service. It's basically when lots of computers target a specific website, making repeated requests to deliberately overwhelm its resources. This was how Tomar died. Regularly attacked by botnet networks, they didn't have the resources or the funds to defend against them. The site gradually faded away. Was it the Saudi government who destroyed Tomar? There's no direct proof. However, many are convinced it was. Now it's gone, and you can only see a skeleton of its once lively content and discussion on the Wayback Machine, which caches copies of old websites. In reality, it's quite a simple and inexpensive process to bring down a smallish website like Tomar. Certainly trivial for a government or state to sanction using these methods. They can effectively control and block what we all see. VPNs like Identity Cloaker offer some protection, but it didn't help save Tomar in the end. It's another example of how governments and multinational companies are increasingly controlling the internet we all use. If you want to bypass the blocks and filters, use a VPN service like Identity Cloaker. You can get a code at identityvoucher.co.uk.